All right, today we're going to break down a really practical guide for anyone who's on the path to recovery. We're going to turn the challenges of treatment into a clear, actionable playbook. So let's get right into it. So this is the big question, right? Because it's not just about showing up to treatment. It's about how you show up, how you engage with the whole process. So what are the key ingredients for success? Let's dive in and find out. Here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down what recovery truly is. Then, we'll talk about the crucial mindset you need to bring to the table. After that, we're getting practical. We'll map out some goals, prepare you for the inevitable roadblocks, and then we'll finish up by looking at the incredible rewards of this journey. Okay, first things first. We need to get on the same page about what recovery actually means. And trust me, it's a way bigger and, frankly, a much more empowering idea than most people think. This is the foundation for everything else. Now, check out this official definition. The key thing here is what it doesn't say. It doesn't just say stop using drugs and alcohol. It talks about improving your health and wellness, living a life you direct, and reaching your full potential. See? It frames recovery as this amazing, holistic process of becoming a better, stronger version of yourself. And these principles, they just drive that point home. What really jumps out is that you are not on this journey alone. Look at these 2 points in particular. Recovery is person-driven, which means you are in the driver's seat. And it's supported by peers and relationships, which tells you that connection is absolutely vital to the whole process. Okay, so building on that foundation, our next section is all about the internal game. Before you can take any real action, you've got to get your head in the right space. So let's talk about the core attitudes that can literally make or break your success. Man, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of the matter. The substances, they're really just the symptom. The real work, the lasting transformation, happens when you start to change your internal world, your attitudes, your values, and your day-to-day behaviors. And it all ticks off with honesty. I mean, think about it. How can a professional create a treatment plan that actually works for you if they don't have the full, honest picture? Sharing your story, warts and all, is the absolute first step to getting the right kind of help. And right on the heels of honesty comes trust. That relationship you have with your therapist or counselor, that is your safe zone. It's the one place you should be able to talk about cravings, about feeling unmotivated, about close calls, all without any judgment. That trust is what makes real progress possible. And finally, commitment. Look, the research on this is crystal clear. The longer you stay in treatment, the better your chances of a successful outcome. Showing up, keeping your appointments, and seeing it through, even on the hard days, that's a direct investment in your future. Dropping out early is, unfortunately, one of the biggest predictors of relapse. All right, so we've got the mindset down. Now it's time to get practical. In this next section, we're going to actually map out your goals. We're breaking down this huge journey into the different parts of your life that recovery is going to touch. See, recovery isn't some single-lane road. It's more like a superhighway with a bunch of different lanes. It touches your physical health, your emotional state, your family, your social life, even your spiritual well-being. A truly successful recovery plan has to address all of these areas. So what does that actually look like? Well, physically, yeah, it starts with the obvious stuff. Getting substance-free, focusing on good nutrition and sleep. But emotionally, that's where you build your toolkit. It's about accepting the problem, sure, but it's also about learning new, healthy ways to deal with stress and challenging those old, negative ways of thinking. And the work on the family and social side is every bit as important. This is about rebuilding bridges, improving communication with family, rebuilding trust that's been broken, and actively creating a support system of sober friends. And hey, it's also about rediscovering how to have fun in healthy ways. All right, let's be real for a second. The path to recovery is not always a smooth, straight line. Roadblocks are going to happen. That's just part of it. The key isn't trying to avoid them. It's learning to recognize them when they pop up and having a plan to get around them. This brings up such a powerful idea, what we call smokescreen reasons. The excuses people give for wanting to leave treatment early. Oh, I don't like the staff, or I've got urgent business to take care of. But so often, the real reason hiding behind that smokescreen is a craving or just the addiction itself messing with their thinking. And another huge roadblock can come from our own actions, often without us even realizing what we're doing. These are what we call therapy sabotaging behaviors, and they can seriously, seriously undermine all of your hard work. So take a quick look at this list. Does any of this sound a little familiar? Stuff like skipping sessions, blaming your counselor when things get tough, not being totally honest about cravings, or maybe expecting your counselor to just magically fix everything. Just recognizing these behaviors in yourself is a huge first step to correcting course. Okay, after all that talk about the challenges and the roadblocks, we have to focus on the why. Why go through all this tough stuff? So let's end this on a really high note and look at the incredible, life-changing rewards that are waiting for you. And this is it. This is the payoff. When you commit to recovery, the improvements ripple out across your entire life. We're talking better health, physically and mentally, stronger relationships with your family, a more stable financial situation, fewer legal problems. I mean, the benefits are just profound. So, if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. Recovery isn't about what you have to give up, it's about everything you stand to gain. It's a process of fundamentally getting your entire life back, and then some. And so, we'll leave you with this final thought. It doesn't matter if you're just starting to think about this path or if you're already on it, there is always a next right step you can take, even if it's a small one. So, what could yours be?